The Bunker Project, a year in review.
Ooh, Christmas 2011 season. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I'm saying.
It is not Christmas, it's New Year's, and
Is it?
looking back at the year that was.
Christmas. Damn. Hey, what do you
The
get for
Bunker
Christmas,
Project.
man? I got some whiskey for Christmas. What did you get, dude? Fireball.
Yeah,
He got a liter of Fireball? 750 milliliters of Fireball. Beauty. Listen to this, guys. That's a full bottle of Fireball whiskey, which is going to be empty by the end of the show.
At the end of the show, Bob will make the clicking sound, and you'll see that it sounds a little different.
Oh, man.
But this show is all about looking back at the year. We did this before. Last New Year's, we sat in Studio 604, and we talked about what happened on the Bunker Show, what our highlights of the year were, and what we were going to do for the following year. So we're going to do that again this time.
Your voice is sounding better, though.
Oh, yeah. Last time.
Sound like Tom Waits.
Unfortunately, with the way that we have our feed set up, you can't actually go back in iTunes and see it. But I'm going to
fix that.
I'm going to try fixing that. There's a few things I have in mind to fix that. But if you want to go back and listen to the previous, whoa,
Oh, it's a bit of a birthday party happening in the background. So we're going to
yeah, as you can see, we're not in Studio 604. We're actually still at
back
the
to the
den. We're at the den
kicked everybody out.
in the Bunker Bar, and we are just me and Bob here, and we're just reminiscing about the
750 milliliters of this cinnamon
year.
whiskey.
Bob is like going crazy. on
Oh,
the,
man.
Holy smokes. I still have my first one. I haven't even had.
Hey, I'm on number 3.
There you
It's
go.
okay.
Oh,
Andrew's
he's
gonna
handing me
catch up.
handing me the bottle.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome product.
So last year we talked about what we did with the Bunker Project, how it all started, and if you want to go back and see it, you can see it now at uncensoredsocialunderground.com.
Good point. Yeah, we got all the shows. All the feeds
All
are there,
the shows
right?
are there. You can go back.
Who needs iTunes?
and listen to the show. And as Bob was saying, I had laryngitis. I could hardly talk. I was sick, and didn't stop us from having a few drinks, to put it mildly. And so what were your highlights of this year, Bob? What do you think?
What on the show?
For the show, yeah, for the Bunker Show.
I liked all the guests. My favorite was when we had 14 people. Remember, we had 14 people on the show. It was frigging awesome, man.
We had 14 people a couple of times.
It was hot and sweaty too.
One was over at one of those shows with about 14, 15 people. It was over at the St. Regis.
Right? Yeah.
Now, the story behind that was the Bunker Bar was going through its transformation to the Den, and they were gone for about 6 to 8 weeks during the renovation.
Weeks.
Yeah, probably 9 weeks.
They said,
yeah.
4 to 6 weeks, guys. Don't worry about it. That was a nightmare. Everybody was saying, Andrew calls me, hey, they're going to renovate 4 to 6 weeks, no big deal. I say, okay, fine, we'll just find a new place. Like, oh yeah, easy to do. So our parameters has to be quiet, has to be relatively cool, and has to be free if we buy booze.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think, not the best formula, but there was a place on Davie Street.
Yeah, there's a place
in
on
the
Davie,
heart of Gay Town,
and it was actually, it is in the gay area of Vancouver, but whatever. It had a good room.
It was an awesome place.
Yeah, it had a good room, perfect for podcasting, except that they have live bands in there, and they weren't supposed to start until after 9.
It started at 6.
But they come in and practice at 6.
I know.
And
Oops.
We showed up. We had to send a message out to the meetup group and say, hey, big changes here. This is unworkable.
Yeah.
we can't record a podcast with electric guitars wailing in the other room.
But we're so ballsy. We said we didn't cancel the show. We said, just move to Andrew's place.
Yeah, we took it to my apartment and we continued.
Did we even phone your wife? Did we even tell her? Oh,
yeah,
by the way, we got like 12 people turning up there.
She got a 5 minute. She got the 5 minute warning.
And you got like what? Like the
and it was
3-hour
okay.
lecture.
She said, yeah, no. We wouldn't have gone if we didn't get the green light.
Oh, such a nice guy.
Yeah, but it
was a good show.
We went there. We had a good show, and we
Cocktail
actually,
Maven. Remember the Cocktail Maven?
Yeah,
it was like stormy weather.
Yeah.
He hasn't. Well, he's been in Europe. He's doing all sorts. He's a yachty type guy, and I think he's been doing the yacht circuit in.
Yeah, he sent us a
Europe.
message saying that he's looking forward to coming back.
Yeah. So maybe next year we'll get him on the phone.
Tristan, yeah.
Tristan, yeah.
Scone.
The stormy weather. I remember him from stormy weather. That
Dark
was a
and Stormy Night.
Oh man, that was a killer drink.
Yeah.
Go now. One episode we actually put the recipe on Uncensored Social Underground. You'll have to go back. Now, I found it today with WordPress. If you use the search, it doesn't just search for the title; it'll search for any word,
Any keyword, yeah.
So if you put
Dark
stormy weather,
Dark and Stormy Night.
you'll get that up. You'll get that episode.
Yep, for sure. And it was a good episode. We had, I don't know, we probably had 7 or 8 people in my apartment. And, the next 2 weeks later, we were back scheduled to do another bunker show. And the den wasn't ready, and we had looked around. There was a lot of cool places to record a show in Vancouver, but it just doesn't add up to what we've got here at the Den.
Not even close.
Formerly the Bunker. When they did the remodeling, they renamed the bar to the Den. And so basically it's this cool little, it's this little hole-in-the-wall bar. And it's at the end of Robson Street, just by the crest of the hill there, right inside the Barclay Hotel. It's a cool little kind of underground bar kind of thing under the hotel.
Well, it's like one of those unknown gems.
Yeah.
This is how, I would say unpopular, unknown this bar is. We'll have if we have more than 5 people on the show, we're probably the biggest tab of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I mean, you have a hard time spending more than $20 and not passing out at this bar. I mean, really good value for the booze.
Oh yeah, the prices are great. I mean, $4 and $4.25 for a pint, like a full pint of not one of those sleeves. They give you a good sized pint for $4.25.
Yep, well worth it. And some voluptuous barmaids.
Oh yeah,
bartenderesses
it's
or whatever.
Good.
Very, very good. Now, the other thing that's very cool is it's a very lax attitude. Like if you come and you get little munchies, you get bars. Oh, I'll have a burger and fries. That's going to cost you $18.95 or whatever. They don't even serve food here, but you can go across the street and there's 3 or 4 different restaurants. You just get takeout and you can eat it in the bar.
Yeah, you can bring whatever food you want, and you can go to Subway. You can go to the Chinese restaurant across the street.
7-Eleven, get a burrito.
Hans, you can do whatever you want.
All that money you can save to spend on the cheap booze here.
Yeah, absolutely. And they wouldn't allow that, of course, if they had their own kitchen. But because they don't have their own kitchen, it's fair game.
Totally fair.
Whatever you want.
So
some of the regulars here, they will come and sit down at a table and they'll just order delivery like pizza, and they'll get the pizza delivered and eat it right at the table and order their beers. It's
quaff the beers, watch the game.
Good times had.
They got a bunch of when they did the renovation, they brought in a bunch of great plasma TVs. They're not plasma, they're LCDs, right? 20
LEDs,
inches, 20
I think. Yeah,
LEDs.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
In hockey season, it gets pretty crazy here. But,
during the playoffs, Connect playoffs, it gets crazy.
Oh, yeah. And another nice thing is a real sense of community with this bar, because on Sundays, they have that personal buffet.
Yeah, actually, that's really cool. Where the regulars they each bring a dish, and it's like
it's potluck.
Yeah, potluck, and it's pretty cool.
Very traditional, man. This is the West Coast fever, man.
Yeah. But yeah, so we ended up, we were going to go to what was that bar called? So we can just call them out.
Oh gosh, it was right downtown. Beautiful location around Granville and
No, the St. Regis. Yeah, we were at the St. Regis because the other bar, what was it called?
God, the Armpit.
I can't remember.
No, I know it had a great name, but it didn't. Hey, why promote it if it's screwed up? I mean, some place on Davie.
We can shame them, man. We can shame them. Anyways,
so we have the St. Regis, awesome place. I went in there. We were half cut when we went there, and he said, "Hey, this is looks like a cool place." I say, "Hey, I got to speak to the manager right now." So look, we do this podcast. We noticed that
the manager was totally into social media.
Oh, he was like, "Oh, we use social media. That would be cool." So we end up going downstairs. Empty restaurant. Could sit, like 80, 90 people.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody there. Everybody's up at the bar. So we said, this is perfect for us. Can we do it here? And he said, sure. Can we get beer and booze served down here? Because, you got to have that for the bunker project. And I said, yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. The GM gets involved. He's all over it. I mean, they wanted us there big time. But, hey, that's how good the bunkers or the Den is. We ended up coming back here after, 4 shows we did? No, two shows.
We did 2 shows in my
Maybe 3.
apartment, and then we did another 2 shows over at the.
So
St.
that's
Regis.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
We were abroad.
Out of the traveling.
Yeah, it was very good. But it was interesting, different crowds, and technically about this difficult. I mean, because back then we used to haul all our equipment to the bunker anyways.
Yeah, I mean
It was pre-locker days.
Yes, pre-locker days, and that's a good story too. What happened was,
Oh, hang on. Before we get here, Andrew is way behind. I am like shot number 4. You're shot number 1. So to fill that sucker up. Now this is easy. He's filling up that fireball. There he goes, and he's going to do that. Here,
pass
finish
it on
that.
over to Bob.
Just do that shot right there.
Oh, come on, dude!
Come on.
on.
You got to catch up. No, he's sipping it.
Yeah, I got to work tomorrow, dude.
He's such a gentleman. Oh yeah, and I don't.
No, you do too. That's
I work, but in a different style.
yeah.
I have a bottle of whiskey on my table. Don't they let you have a bottle of whiskey on your desk?
No.
Oh, it's the new policy of the new company.
Yeah, no, that's not allowed anymore.
Can we talk about your company?
No,
As long as we don't diss them?
no, not right now.
All right, fine. Anyways, we were talking about a much cooler subject.
Yeah, we're talking about the St. Regis. We were over there, and great place. Definitely got a higher class feel to it than the bunker. Right, we're basically in the bunker bar. We're in this back room. It's just kind of
A bunker.
Yeah, it feels like a bunker.
Painted walls.
This was an Irish kind of style pub, really, really nice, high end. Right next to, in the same building as like one of the best steakhouses in Vancouver, Gotham's, and really, really cool place. The only problem with it was the kitchen was right next door, and we could hear the
Bit of clanking,
and all that. I mean, it wasn't bad. It added some atmosphere, but sometimes it was a little bit too much.
Yeah, well, it was a huge open room. There's a little bit of echo, a lot of hard surfaces too. But I think it was an awesome location. It was like
great
so
location. Right by the SkyTrain,
so central
Vancouver.
Yeah,
we're downtown Vancouver here at the Den, but we're a little bit.
But it was
farther
pricey.
away.
We were dropping $40 each.
You know, instead
booze.
of $4 a beer, it's like $8 a beer over there.
Oh, and like petite beer, but they were served with a buxom wench. But hey, I don't need that anymore. I'm old.
Yeah, well,
I need volume.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we got the best of both worlds out here at the Den. We got the bar. We're actually in a bar, but we have this back room. We put up some moving blankets, so
we got some Fireball whiskey.
Insulates us from the sound. We got great service, and
we got internet. That's another great story.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
it's another thing that happened this year.
So I've got a Mobilicity phone. Awesome service. You don't have Mobilicity, get it. If you're in a major city.
No,
well,
I kind of disagree.
Okay, so he's in a different.
I would say go for quality over quantity.
I go for get it as cheap as you can and go nuts.
Complain about the service.
No, I don't complain about the service. I pay $35 all in, unlimited everything. Can't complain about that. All in. Tax. Well, 37 with tax, right?
Yeah, but the coverage is not as good.
I know, but I don't.
Even within.
But my roaming is nothing. How much does it cost a minute for roaming? $1.75. It's 20 cents for me.
I'm not talking about the actual cost of roaming. I'm talking about the quality of the network, the quality of the calls, quality of the coverage. Just doesn't compare.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to differ with you, but sometimes we differ and sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
Of course, if he didn't differ, he'd get fired. So maybe he's a little biased. But no, really, if you're on a tight budget.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're just downtown, sure, and you're on a tight budget and you want to go for the cheap network, yeah, absolutely. But if you
of course, all the cool people are Mobilicity people.
If you want to go with, you want the coverage in Tofino, you want the coverage wherever you happen to be. Then definitely it's not going to work for you.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and even within the downtown core, the quality of the number of cell sites that they have it's just not there yet. They will get there. They're going to keep.
Yeah, but you know what?
the
Their prices are going to go up too.
Yeah, once they get to the
same
absolutely. Level, they'll raise their price.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're just trying to get bodies right now, and I'm surfing. They don't call me cheap so and so for nothing. I'll surf that network until it goes too pricey, and then I'll flip over to whoever is offering the best deal.
It's all going to change as of next year. The end of next year, it's going to be like an open market. So
I thought it was open already.
Nope, no. There's no new networks are allowed to come in.
Oh, so then anybody can come in.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a bandwidth issue. I mean, you're going to get. There's only so much stuff the Canadian government sells, right? I mean,
It's going to be wide open. The Americans will be able to come in.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to get like something like
Verizon will be able to come in. I mean,
they're
basically,
all crappy services anyways.
what's
compared to Canada.
what's going to happen is the big networks like AT&T, Verizon, Sprint are going to basically buy up all the Canadian networks. That's.
Do you think they're going to buy up Mobilicity?
Yeah, maybe AT&T.
You know, they got a new president, Mobilicity. You know the guy that Dave, the really cool guy that we interviewed? Maybe you weren't even on that show.
Yeah,
Maybe
Dave Copeland. That was a special report.
Very nice guy. No. The guy that ran Mobilicity. I phoned him up and chatted with him, but I never got him on. I never recorded him. Very nice guy, very approachable. He quit, and there's another guy in there. So yeah, they might get bought out. They might get bought out.
Well, you never know what's going to happen. But back to the bunker show.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
We're doing a special.
We're doing a year in review.
Hey, I'm about to finish this drink here, dude. You're like so far. He's like what? Keep count here. He's 1.5 behind. He just did it. Boom.
All right.
He's catching up. Hang on.
Well, I got to walk.
Oh, and I don't.
I got to walk home, man.
I can stagger.
And that's another thing.
You live downtown. I live way out in Burnaby, man.
That's true, man.
I got to travel on a bus with drunks.
One thing we got to say.
One of them.
One thing we got to say is
all
that
right.
we do podcast here, and we do drink and have a few black beers, right, during the show.
Should we get the black bear chaser?
None of us drink and drive. So I just want to make that
we
clear.
can barely drink and walk after this show. Holy.
We don't support drinking and driving here at the Bunker Show at all.
Nope. We don't. And now Ian drives me home, but he drinks Coca-Cola.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, and he drives real fast. So if he was drunk and driving, we'd definitely have died. So I wouldn't have been here. So that just shows you.
Ian, let's go through some of the mavens. The car maven, Ian, very, 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 very good guy. He's got he's very, very high customer service guy, awesome sales guy.
Unbelievable.
Back when he was my customer years ago over at the Burrard store, the Burrard Telestore.
Oh, yeah.
He knew I had a Honda Civic SIR, which is kind of a high-performance Honda made in the UK. And so one day he just shows up. One morning I get to work, and he shows up, pulls up in a yellow S2000, Honda S2000, which is 260 horsepower, awesome car. And he says, "Hey, you got an SIR. I thought you might want to take an S2000 for a spin." So I mean, that's what he does for his prospects and his customers and stuff like that. He just goes the extra mile. Great guy.
No pun intended, I guess. Now tell us about the test drive. That's the funny part.
Oh yeah,
test drive. You went around the block, Mr. Conservative, with this how much is that car worth? Like $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000?
I think it's about $80,000.
Yeah, it's not a cheap car.
And it's
nice surround sound.
Very, very cool sports car. Anyways, I took it around the block, around the store.
At 30
there,
kilometers an hour.
It's you just imagine. For those of you who aren't from Vancouver, don't know Kitsilano, it's a neighborhood. There's
kids,
houses, and things like that, and
trees,
apartments, and
dogs,
people walking, and people walking their dogs,
it's
and
nice.
stuff
There's
like
people
that.
hanging at the beach.
Yeah, walking to work.
A lot of dope smokers, so not a lot of reaction time.
So we're driving. I'm driving along, right, and I thought I was going pretty fast. I was definitely going over the speed limit.
50 kilometers an hour?
Yeah, and so we got running around the block, and then Ian's like, no, you're not, you don't get it. This isn't how you drive a car like this. And so he gets in the car, and my neck hit the back of the headrest. Like,
yeah, we're going downhill big time.
So
as our bartender is, by the way, wonderful, wonderful service here. Here's a bottle. Have a good time.
Yeah, not even serving us. She's just giving us the bottle.
Yeah, I know.
Sweet.
Wicked.
Might have to edit that part out. So we went from one end of the block to the other end of the block in like, I don't know, it must have been 2 seconds. And he slams on the brakes, the stop sign, turns right. We're at the other end. And I'm like, dude, that was awesome. But, I didn't do that because,
Hey, it was somebody else's car.
It's a neighborhood, man.
Well, that reminds me, I was at an island party once hanging out with a lawyer.
But you know what? Having said that, I said to him, hey, let me do that. And he goes, you got to get back to work and blah, blah. So that's the salesman in him, right? He's like, he whet my appetite, and then he
yeah.
he left me wanting more. It was unbelievable.
You wanted to buy that
Oh, yeah.
car and then drive it like a lunatic
Yeah, yeah.
until you got married and had kids.
Oh,
and sell
yeah,
it.
you got to buy it if you wanted to do that.
Damn, man. That's the catch. Well, I was, like I was saying, it's like at the island hanging out with a friend of the family who's a lawyer, but that's okay because a friend of the family, so we'll forgive him. And his wife said, honey, what do you want? I said, well, I've always wanted to get one of these BMW sports cars. He said, well, go get it, man. So he went and bought this top-of-the-line BMW sports car, rag top, blah, blah, blah. So we were visiting. He said, hey, now this guy lives on the Vancouver Island on a farm for tax reasons. And in the middle of nowhere, nice country roads, trees, and all that type of stuff. And he said, Bob, we have to go buy some supplies for the Christmas party. Why don't you drive? I said, okay. This car was so peppy, it was hard to keep it under 80 kilometers an hour on a backcountry road. So I'm bombing down the road 80, 90, 100 kilometers an hour quite easily. And a pheasant comes out, and it's one of the things, okay, do I put on the brakes and crash, or I just keep going? So I just touched the brakes and kept going, took out that bird at 50, maybe 60 kilometers an hour. Poof! We had to use the windshield wipers to get rid of the feathers. Man. And I turned to him, here I'm driving his really nice, $100,000 car, like a lunatic. I didn't say, sorry, dude, the bird got in the way. And he just shrugged. I mean, he's like, what could you do? So, yeah, that was my experience driving really, really fast in a sports car in a small country road.
Cool. Well,
Awesome.
Did you tell the car maven that story?
No, I haven't told him that.
All right. Well, he's hearing it now on the show.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Say, if you tune in, you enjoy that one.
Who's the guy that sits next to the car maven quite a bit here at the Bunker Show? He wears
recently?
He wears a hat.
Oh, you mean the Hat Maven?
The Hat Maven, that's right. Kurt Hemingway.
Are you giving me a line or something? Was that a line?
Kurt Hemingway. It was a segue. That's what they call it on.
A segue.
Yeah. Anyways, he's been here for,
well, he's from Alberta. Right, his family's from Alberta.
He's been coming to the Bunker Show now for almost a year, hasn't he?
I don't know. Has it been that long?
It's got to be close to that.
At least 2 months.
He wasn't here during the first since the first year.
I would say Kurt has been on the show at least twice. I would safe to say.
Well,
Kurt, if I got that wrong, if it's less than twice.
The first time we heard from Kurt was he said, hey, wait a minute, you guys keep talking about Wix and all this. Hey, what about the developers? And then you responded on our Facebook page and said, hey,
Come on the show.
We're right here in Vancouver. Yeah. Come down to the den. And
don't be a wimp.
And he's almost never missed an episode since.
He's a pretty cool guy. I mean, out of the people here, James, way cool. Bonnie, pretty cool. Astrid, pretty cool. Who else is cool? Oh, there's Bob. He's awesome. And there's that Andrew guy. And and then Kurt, he wades in. Pretty cool dude, man.
Yeah, he's very cool guy.
He just upped it to very.
He's very.
There you
cool.
go, Kurt. Yeah.
He's always got something good to say.
Yep. Yeah. No, he's a cool guy, and you know what? He's a Macaholic.
And you know what? Oh yeah, totally.
Oh man, he's got all the toys.
Oh yeah, he hates Flash with a passion.
Well, it's not only that. Like when he buys a laptop, he doesn't buy some wimpy laptop. He buys like the $3,600 laptop.
Yeah,
but he's a high-end coder. He does awesome websites,
and he needs to have the tools for.
It's a write-off. It's a write-off. But in Canada with tax, you only get to write 2% of that off.
You know what I like? I like it when the Hat Maven gets
trashed.
No, not trashed. But he gets into it with like the WordPress mavens, or the Wix maven.
Oh yeah, because they're it's like something of evil. What's it? Those comic books, the League of Evil or something.
It's like the Super Friends versus the Legion of Doom.
Yeah. Exactly. Nah, well, whatever. Me, I just drink a lot and I don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I love those conversations where he.
They're feisty, aren't they?
Yeah. He makes his point, and actually he makes it very well. That if you are in business and want to have a good web presence, then it makes sense to hire someone like him to who's a professional to get it done. On the other hand, there are people who are do-it-yourselfers, and
they do it themselves.
And entrepreneurs, and they want to do it themselves. And then they got Wix, and they got WordPress, and they got other options as well. So
tons of
awesome,
options out there.
awesome conversations we've had this year.
Yeah, a lot of learning, Of course, a lot of drinking, a lot of craziness, so you'll have to filter a lot of that stuff. In fact, that's a good segue. We've got a solution to that problem, don't we?
The vitamin
No.
B patch,
the
man.
vitamin B.
The vitamin B.
I was thinking about it. I was going to do it. I forgot my bottle of whiskey. That's why
Hey,
we're
you
doing
know,
this Fireball
I
stuff.
found my vitamin.
I did too.
I found them. They're at home.
I forgot to bring it. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know, this
Oh,
would
well.
have been the night that we
I would
needed them.
suffer in silence
so,
tomorrow.
I think that was this year. Where was it last year that we did?
No, it's this year.
Yeah, this year. The vitamin B patch.
Well,
It's-
we did the review last year, and we had vitamin B patches on, remember?
oh, okay, so that's old news.
you were
That's
half
not-
dead.
That's not this. That's not this.
No, that's like years
yeah,
ago,
yeah.
man.
Well, we're
How
talking.
many seasons have we done?
We're talking the year.
Is
in
this our
review.
third season?
We're reviewing this year. We're not going back to the previous year.
I know, but so this is our second season.
Yeah.
So next year's our third season.
Absolute demente.
Wow,
That's Spanish
awesome.
for absolute.
Hang on, how many shows have we done? Is this 65, 66?
Well, we're on.
10,
we're,
20, 30?
Yeah, we're in the 70s now,
So
and
we did 50 shows a year.
and
52. That would be 104 shows we should have done.
with
No
the
way.
with the special reports and stuff like that,
Yeah.
we're definitely no, because the first year we started in August.
So it was a year and a half we've done.
Yeah, we started in August.
So really, this is the half-year celebration show.
We started in August, and we did a year in review, which was from August to December.
So it's a half-year thing.
And now we're doing a full year. this
No,
year.
it's a year. We're a year and a half.
No. Well, yeah, but
because
since
in
the last,
August, that's
oh no, but since the last year.
So
in
okay, we're at
review,
December now,
Dude.
right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. That's like 8 months
This
away.
is getting incoherent. Since the last
Coherent?
since the last year in review, it's been a year.
Okay, I'll buy that. But
Yeah.
we're not going into our third season. We're going to our season and a half season.
Well, there was the 2000. This is the 2011.
So we're doing
season.
half-
The previous
half
season
your
was
seasons.
2010, and now
If
we're
our
going into
seasons are 6
2012.
months, so now we're into our 1, 2, 3.
No, they're not 6
Fourth
months.
season.
No, they're 1 year. But we just started halfway through the year in the
It's
first
just
season.
too mathematical. Way too mathematical. But I know Andrew loves his specs.
Hey,
and
what about
tabs and blah,
the Game
blah,
Maven?
blah.
Let's talk about Game Maven and how far he's
James, he has done amazing
come. How far he's
stuff.
come this year.
Well, you know, when we first met him, he just drank coffee. Now he's a raving alcoholic, crazed man. He's drinking all day long. You see him staggering down the street. No, just kidding.
Yeah, no, not at all. He's
But he does like his drink.
yeah, and he's got a.
He'd like this, man.
Man,
He'd be
he-
all over this.
He should be working in the malls, man, as a Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah.
did a
You
great
listen to the
job.
last show, it's like, ho, ho, ho.
did.
Santa Perv.
He did a great job.
He did a great job. In fact,
Awesome. Made
he-
the show, actually, I have to say.
Yeah, the Game Maven was in tears.
No, the German Maven.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the German
Yeah, the German Maven.
Sorry,
was-
that's a fireball.
He had
talking.
he really
He hit the nail on the
you know,
head.
oh yeah.
How many takes did he think he did that in? One?
Well, I asked that question. You said
3
no, he
days of
just-
drinking, and then
Yeah.
the take.
Yeah.
See, it was the build-up. That's what counts. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, he like, I get a black beer for Christmas. You got some headphones
I
or
can have
something.
some no eyebrow clippers. Yeah.
Eyebrow clip. Well,
Oh,
yeah, very useful.
Yeah.
The big heavy-duty ones they used to
No,
prune
well,
hedges,
you
I
know,
think.
No, I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use them for something else.
Yeah, pruning the hedge.
No, I like
You know,
it
the big
because
electrics go...
keeps the dust out of my eyes.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're there for a reason.
I guess so.
Yeah. Anyway,
Maybe if you live in Chernobyl.
the Game Maven.
Yeah, James the Meister. He's done some amazing stuff. He's done. He is so switched on and clicked into the gaming scene here.
Oh yeah, and he's been working with Startup Weekend,
Oh,
doing some awesome stuff there. He's
very
like,
cool game.
He's been doing some social media consulting. He's had a pretty
a
good
couple of
year.
shows ago. He did the thing about the game where you use your phone camera to do the QR code to feed a little animal. Way cool.
Oh yeah,
I think he should be selling it to the high school kids. That
Yeah.
would be a great Facebook app.
yeah, it's a pretty cool app. It'll be interesting to see how.
Should we
he
have some
progresses.
beer with this Fireball, or should we just do pure Fireball?
Pure Fireball.
Oh
Yeah,
man!
let's not mix
All
it
right,
up.
I'm
Hey,
thirsty.
he's also considering starting a podcast himself.
The gaming podcast.
Yeah, a game podcast.
I know, but that's a secret. Don't tell anybody.
Well, it's too late. I let the cat out of the bag.
Damn.
Well, I mean,
Well, I got 3 weeks to
whether
get that out.
whether it happens or not, it's something that may be happening.
True. All right, so here's a game. How many minutes are we into the show?
We're about 29 minutes into the show.
Okay, 30 minutes into the show. Everybody's listening to the show. If you've got alcohol on you, in you, or around you. I think it's time for a shot. We've got a full.
Chin chin. Cheers, man.
Oh, okay. Hang on. That's a nice sound. Let's just come right close to my mic. Closer. All right, beautiful. And we do a shot. Is Bob doing a shot? Cinnamon.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Wow. Okay. Go to Uncensored Social Underground, or if you're not watching it, if you're listening to iTunes, go to Uncensored Social Underground now. We've got pictures of the Fireball label. What that sound you just heard, it's totally illustrated on that label. Holy cow!
It's good stuff. I used to when I was younger drink Fireball in the pub crawl.
So it was a couple of years ago then.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Yeah, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, except for the next morning.
So Astrid,
baby.
Astrid, the German maven,
She's going back. She's going to represent us in Europe. So we've got international.
gone back to Germany.
She's going to put together some killer interviews with internationally recognized corporate people for us to completely bamboozle.
And she's going to come on the show every now and then from Germany. She's going to get
Probably
up
to
at
complain about our interviews.
3 a.m. and join us on the Google Plus Hangout when we do them. We're going to probably do less Google Plus Hangouts because it kind of distracts us from.
Well, it distracts me for sure.
Yeah, we get all over the map.
I'm very distractible.
It's not what what we originally intended, but a lot of those shows are pretty fun. Funny, remember
I think we should just do a Google Plus show and then just do
what
a
about
bunker show.
the Jamaican scene guy? That was funny.
Oh, he was hilarious.
If you go back to it's
But
called
you see his
Sex,
content
Drugs,
sucked. I mean, you see big, giant,
and
fat
social media.
women blobbing around in the clubs. It was, it wasn't happening for maybe if you're in big, fat women and blobbing around. That was cool, but no, it didn't work for me.
Yeah, well, I just thought it was a funny show.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
very
think what
funny
we should
show.
do is maybe a go-go bar show. Invite people to go to go-go bars, do videos, and send them in. We can critique them.
No, you can't do videos in go-go bars.
Why not?
They don't allow it.
Well, here, North America, but everywhere else in the world you can do it, right? You know,
in
you can have
Thailand.
amazing. Well, not just
Yeah.
Thailand. Philippines,
Okay, well,
Australia,
yeah. No,
Belgium,
not going to do it.
Ottawa.
No, not going to do it. Sorry. Anyways,
Hey, I try people. I really try.
so Astrid is she's been coming to the show for quite a while.
Quite a while. She
Yeah.
started when we were at that hotel.
Yeah, St. Regis Hotel.
So she thought we were a classy act. Boy, did we dupe her.
And then we bait and switch.
We switched big time. She was so disappointed the first time she came here, wasn't she? She's like,
Yeah, but she
the colors, they just don't work for me. I think it was the chocolate bacon.
yeah, we really fooled her because she thought we knew what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, yeah, no, she's gone back to Germany now, and she's going to join us. So hopefully, throughout the year, every now and then she'll come on. And what are some other mavens that we have here? We got
Okay,
Bonnie.
well, we got the
Bonnie,
cocktail maven, who is going to come back from Europe soon. That'll be great to get him back. Bonnie, the Twitter maven, but she wants to upgrade to become the
app maven.
the app maven, which is kind of nuts. But okay, if she's into that, she can talk about apps. I guess she's got like 40,000 followers or 20,000 followers on
40-something
Twitter.
thousand followers.
So now
on
she's
Twitter.
like, done that, seen that, but I want to do something different. So
Well,
I
what
can
they're
get that.
doing is they're actually they're developing
She's developing apps.
apps,
a
not
smart move.
not custom apps, but apps for your business. So she can create a kind of like a mobile website that's running on an app kind of thing. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. And
But
she'll
doesn't
talk
Wix
about
do
that
that
in
for
the
free?
future. Not an app. No, they don't make an app.
Oh, they
make
just
a
did
mobile
website. Yeah.
Yeah,
So if
so
you
there
can't
is-
afford an app, now how much
There
do you
is
think
a
an app costs? Like
difference.
$5,000?
There is a difference between an app and a mobile site.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
mean, okay. So that's a good question. Why would you develop an app over just doing a relatively nice interface for a mobile?
Well, there's a couple of reasons.
Gamification, I would say, the number one.
Well, basically, it's another place to be found in a search on iTunes or in if you're in the Android marketplace.
Yeah, but I would drive it with ROI. Like I got a couple clients, we're going to develop apps, and really, I'll just get once you get the concept together and what it's supposed to do and blah blah blah. I'm going to shop it out to the to the Philippines or China.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah,
it's
it
just
doesn't-
code at that point.
It doesn't matter where you go. You can look at
$200 instead of $2,000.
you can look at the costs involved and make your decision. But the reason why people do it, or why would a business do it, is just basically
Because it works.
to be found.
Oh, well, yeah, because everything is mobile. Everything's going
Yeah.
mobile. They've been talking about it for 3, 4, 5 years, and now guess what? We're at the top of the tsunami. Time to get your surfboard
Yeah.
out there.
So
and
if
be
you've already got a mobile website and you don't have an app, there's still there's a good reason to have an app. But I wouldn't approach it in terms of like just duplicating your mobile content.
No way.
It's got to be different.
But it's got to
be
have a
unique.
strategy. It's got some
Yeah.
ROI developed for it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
that's a nice little business model. Maybe I'll start a business to do that.
You want to compete with the app even
No, I'll do it out
the
of
consulting
The States.
side. Yeah.
I'll do it out of the States.
Ah,
where there's a
okay.
market.
Oh yeah, in the States.
Why
yeah.
sell in Vancouver? I mean, there's no market here. Really, there's no market in Vancouver
for
anything.
apps?
For most anything.
I don't know about that. I think there's a market for a lot of things. But hey, you know what?
I know, and everybody's done it already.
Hmm.
You see, it's a competition issue. It's a limited market. It's a limited market.
Well, the Earth is a limited market. We should start marketing over to Alpha Centauri.
I've already got plans in place.
Ah.
And I got some amazing real estate deals. I have an amazing piece of swampland available in Alpha Centauri.
Somebody
And
sold
a couple
you,
of bridges.
somebody sold you some really good property over there. Hey,
It's a timeshare. Timeshare property in Alpha Centauri.
what about the insurance maven?
40 grand. That's awesome.
The insurance maven.
Oh, now
She joined us this
only
year.
is she hot, she is a highly intelligent, well-informed
Smart woman.
specialist in how to save money on insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say that, and she can't say it because it's illegal, but I can because I'm not in the industry. And she gets it. She knew, if you're a smoker or a casual smoker, let's say you smoke one cigarette every 6 months, you have to pay the whole year because you smoked that one cigarette or 2 cigarettes a year as a smoker. And that's the same as a person that smokes 30 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
Same level. Totally unfair. It's kind of like somebody that drives their car, never has an accident compared to somebody that has an accident every second year. They would pay the same amount of insurance for car insurance. Totally unfair. So we say, oh, no, you have to do that. There's this policy that calculates for that. Boom. Don't worry about it. And
Cool.
I know a lot of people in Vancouver would be very interested in that for life insurance, being able to smoke a little bit, but not have to pay premium for
As a smoker.
As a
to be
smoker.
classified as a smoker just
Exactly.
because you have a cigarette.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Or shoot up
Forget
heroin
about the
or
cigarettes. I
something
hate
like
that stuff. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I think I think that she adds a lot of good commentary to the show.
I thought you were going to say something else. But yeah, she does. She does.
Yeah.
She's a smart cookie.
Yeah, smart cookie.
Now,
indeed.
talking about smart cookies, we had come on the show last week was our art maven. Well, she's not. What was her
Satome.
maven? Yeah, so tell me,
Satome.
what is her mavenhood? What is she? Is like
She was the art maven.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so she
Yeah,
got,
she's
she is art
she's
maven,
got an accounting background, and she just got into financial services. So she was out for a while, hadn't showed up for a couple of months, I guess, on the Bunker Show.
a long time.
Yeah, and it was because she's studying for her exams for.
Yeah, she was a busy girl.
Yeah.
Plus, and then she's going to be totally because she's into the accounting industry. So for the next 3 months, she's going to be freaking crazy busy, right?
Yeah,
Like January,
she-
February, March,
she's she's going to be busy doing
especially
taxes,
March.
and also doing her exams and getting into the new business too. She's it's a good fit for her because she's already got customers she's dealing with, and
Oh,
now she
sure,
can deal with
she's
them on
solid.
another issue. So, but I mean, she's come a long way too in her understanding of social media and
Oh, the way she attacked the
technology,
mic. Remember the first show? It's like,
podcasting. Yeah,
today
yeah.
would say, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, she
she's
was
got
like
confidence.
all over it.
She's got confidence, yeah.
Exactly. And that's all about practice makes perfect.
Yeah. So so for all you people out there that are thinking of doing a podcast,
Get a mic and don't be shy of
and all you have to do is one show, and you can be as good as.
it. Tommy. Yeah.
Because she's only got one show out,
Yeah, it took her a year.
but she's come on the Bunker Show a lot and talked.
Oh.
She spoke a lot on the Bunker
Hey,
Show. So there you go.
If you could survive, if you can get a word in edgewise, especially if Bob's had at least 2 beers, you're doing damn well. Damn
Yeah.
well. Okay, time for another shot. Clink time. Over here. Oh, we're going to do try your phone.
There we go. Phone. It's not a phone. It's
Dun, 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 dun. It's a classic.
Okay, so we've also got another Maven that
Ouch.
comes in quite a bit.
We did Ian. We did. Don't know.
You don't know?
No, having a foggy idea. Oh, is the guitar player the complete drunk guy?
Oh yeah, Kevin. Kevin hasn't come in a long time, and that
Is he dead?
That actually was
Cirrhosis of the liver?
that was a highlight of the year too.
Oh, he was.
Oh, that was hilarious. We
Oh,
had
my- did we
Kevin,
edit that?
local riffraff from the bar came in. No, it wasn't. It was all in
Oh,
the
my
show.
God.
So if you go back to that show,
Painful.
it's called
Painful.
Go to uncensoredsocialunderground.com and look
know-
for the name of the episode was Kevin Plays His Guitar.
Yeah, I know. And it's a ballad. You know, when he plays that, all those lyrics, that's what's happening in his life right now. Or it's like, it's not like he's making up. It's like, that is that guy's life. I mean,
That's what actually happened.
you sing what's happening in your life. Very harsh.
And it was
Oh,
the harsh
man.
realities of his life. Anyways, no, I mean, if you come to the den here or the bunker, whatever you want to call it, and have a beer in the bar, and he's sitting there, great guy to talk to.
Oh, sure.
But
As long as you know how to exit
as
quickly.
long as you've had like 20 beers.
Well, or he hasn't.
Yes.
So coming around 9 a.m.
one or the
Because
other.
by
You have
10
to be.
a.m.
You have
you're
to be
out of
at his level to get him.
To get it.
And but he's he came in every now and then and would
He would bounce up. I mean, this guy, when he came in, he could barely walk.
yeah.
I remember he came into one of the shows and we were having a good time. And we were like, yeah, come back with your guitar was the last thing we said as he staggered out.
Yeah.
3 weeks later,
was
he
a
came
joke.
back with his guitar.
But he would say these
Oh, amazing
totally
stuff.
obscure stuff, and it was like, wow. And he would just like out of nowhere say something that didn't make any sense, but at some level it did.
You know what? Let's talk about a guy that would be quiet for the whole show and then come out with like a 1 or 2 minute tirade or understanding that was so crystal and had amazing backup. Is the Conspiracy Maven.
Ah, yeah, the
But
conspiracy.
of course, he hated the Conspiracy Maven label. What did he change it to? He did like the Idea Maven.
No, that's
He
you.
did the
You're the
concept.
idea, maybe.
Oh yeah, imagine that.
No, he
All right,
would.
the Forgetful Maven is
he
probably
changed
better for
it
me.
to the.
Concept Maven.
I'm not sure. I can't remember, but yeah, no, he didn't like the conspiracy, maybe.
No, but it really fits him nicely.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
totally. Especially if you have some drinks with the guy. But
Hmm.
anyways, amazing. He'd be like totally quiet the show, and then boom, it was like watching a documentary in 5 minutes. That
Well, he had
totally, it's like, and that is the meaning of life.
He had
I was
little
like, what?
He had a little standoff with the Hat Maven over Flash.
Oh, well, yeah.
That was
He is
good
a
one.
super
That was a good
duper
one.
Flash. I mean, I was his place. He's got like 50 books on Flash. I mean, he is
You know,
Flash Meister.
let's just talk about Flash for a second, because
And we're not talking about the guys that do it.
I'm
in the
not
park.
against Flash, but after reading Steve Jobs, oh yes, and that was another thing. We did the Steve Jobs tribute.
Hey,
episode, this short episode.
okay. It's an interesting fact. I was listening to This Week in Tech today. That book, this year, it's been around for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best-selling book on Amazon for the year. It's going to win the best-selling book for the year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Steve
Steve
Jobs,
Jobs.
he was an icon.
I
right?
know, but for
Let's
a
face it.
whole year,
Yep.
just shows how little books sell on Amazon.
No, I think it shows how much people are interested in.
Or how many books do you think he sold? 100,000 books?
Oh, I think he's
A million, 2
It
million, 3
reminds me
million
of.
bucks?
This reminds me of back in the day, like 15, it must have been 10 years ago or 15 years ago.
So that's 5th grade.
when when In the Name of the Father came out. It was a movie about the Guilford Five, the people that were falsely accused of terrorism.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Northern Ireland. Right?
Hardcore movie.
Yeah. Well,
Did that guy died or
that
what?
that movie was banned in England.
Well, I would
in
think
the-
so. Did you see the guy's body? It was
in the UK.
horrible.
And I'm not sure if you're thinking about the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm
but the
thinking
father
about.
guy, he was in a prison. totally abused, and he like so skinny because he was on a hunger strike, and he finally died at the end of the movie. It's horrific.
No. This is
The way he
about
was abused by the British.
different movie. Anyways, he
That was
basically what this one was about the IRA had blown up a bar in England, and they needed to find catch the bad guys that did it, and they found this group of people from Northern Ireland and basically framed them for the crime that they didn't commit. So that movie was banned in the UK, but it was number one in the UK for weeks, and
it was banned.
because in Northern Ireland it was being shown. But in order for that to be possible, for it to be number one, it means that everybody in Ireland would have had to have seen it. Would have had to have seen it more than once. So it was so popular in that. Anyways, it's really, it reminds me of that. But it's 2 months to become a bestseller on Amazon, and whether it's Amazon sells a ton of books or not, it's all relative, right? To be the best, whether they sell a lot of books or not, they still sold more books on Steve Jobs, the Steve Jobs book, than any other book, right?
Well, I know it's
It's a percentage. It's not really how many books they sold.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with
So
that. I'm easy.
so we did that, but
So what were we talking about?
well, we were
I
talking.
can't remember. Oh, there's a picture of Steve. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Yeah, no, we were.
There he is up in heaven looking down saying, man, you guys are
Well,
screwing
I mean-
it up big time.
I mean, I like what I think during that episode, James said, the game maven said that Steve has been uploaded to the cloud, to the iCloud.
Well, I hope he didn't get uploaded to the iCloud because that's screwed up. He probably backed himself up in a private server somewhere too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't trust the
He's
cloud.
still
I mean,
calling the shots.
the iCloud apparently is a real mess.
Yeah.
So, but let's not. We'll dive into that next year. We're in review. We can't talk about stuff in the future.
Yeah. So we're.
So what's another? What was your favorite show? We started a show. Bob, what was your favorite show? Andrew, in your face. What was your favorite show?
I think it's got to be.
Dun, dun,
I
dun,
like
dun,
the
dun,
I like the
dun,
one
dun,
we did
dun,
at the
dun,
St.
dun,
Regis
dun.
Hotel, where we were talking about.
You really like the St. Regis Hotel. It's come up 3 or 4 times tonight.
No, there was an episode we did there, and it was all about. It was Alan Knight was there, and he started off the show saying, "You've
Good
done
old Alan.
You've done 40 episodes of this crap." That was like the intro to the show.
Yeah, it was a good intro. Yeah. He got dissed a little bit.
Anyways, that show, social media, meh. No, that wasn't that. The
Meh. That wasn't a meh
That was
show.
here, right? That was here.
Yeah, we did the Meh show here.
That was here.
Well, we had Alan only showed at 1 or 2 shows. But what was interesting, Alan, we had the show at your. Okay, here's the history. We had the show at your place when it got shut down in Davytown, and we had that guy. He was just getting into social media. He's still in Vancouver. I can't remember his name. Young guy. And he was like all over. Devin. What was it? Bevan Bird.
Bevan Bird, yeah.
Bevan Bird. Anyways, and then he ended up hanging out Alan Knight. And then Bevan and a buddy of his and Alan came to the show. They were actually having drinks, and I went there to order some drinks. And, hey, guys, what are you doing? And they said, come on down to the show. So, we're waiting for the show. Boom. So we got him down. And, we have Alan. You know, Alan likes to be a celebrity. And boom, boom, boom. He grabbed the mic, and he did his thing. But really, Bevan is still doing stuff, and he does good work. He's a young guy.
Focusing on the health industry, right?
Yeah, well, he is into building communities and being really honest and upfront. He's a breath of fresh air, but he's the new generation.
Cool.
And he's going to filter through all the BS in town.
Hey, you know what else happened this week?
Yeah.
Or this year? Sorry.
Okay, all right.
Social Media Week.
Oh yeah, I did the podcast tent.
And you went crazy.
Booyah!
You went crazy doing all sorts of special reports, downtown meeting people and putting
Yeah,
it
well,
up?
you know, I get a bee on my bonnet or something, or bee on my butt is.
Yeah,
more
so
like.
there was Social Media Week. We had Jason Bax come in to one of our shows.
Social media week. No,
you
sorry,
asked
I was
me.
thinking. Sorry, I might have been mistaken. I thought we were talking on podcast night, which was the social media in Victoria. I
Yeah,
went
the
to
Social Media
Victoria
Camp, yeah.
Social media week. Oh yeah, I went nuts.
Yeah, you did,
In
yeah.
fact, we owe one podcast at the Ing Bank. The manager totally wants to do a podcast
Oh, yeah,
there,
yeah,
so we'll
we'll do
have
it.
to go there and do it.
Absolutely. We'll do it for next year.
We'll interview her, and that'll be the
So,
show. Done.
Social Media Week, you were the roving reporter going
I
around.
had a great
Yeah,
time.
yeah. You actually burnt yourself out.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
I was pretty burnt out
Oh, yeah.
already.
By the end of the week, you were burnt out.
I burnt out.
You were
big
doing
time.
so much stuff. It was crazy. Hey, and then you asked me what was my favorite show. One of my favorite shows of the year was when during Social Media Week. It was right in the heart of Social Media Week.
Yeah, it was the Ing Bank thing when I talked about beer.
No. It was when Jason Bax came here with his camera crew and
Yeah.
and we did.
Hey,
the,
Jason, looking good.
Hey, hey, Jason. Where's the video? Come on.
Yeah,
I've
come
been
on,
looking forward to
dude.
seeing
Come
that.
on.
Come on, publish it. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, just give us the raw footage. We'll make you look good.
Yeah. So that was one of my favorite shows.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I can't remember any of that. I think I
And
got
the other
completely
thing that
pissed.
happened this year is I was actually gone for 4 weeks in France, and there was a number of shows you guys did, special reports. One of them was called Andrew's Away, and yeah, so we did. You guys did a bunch of special reports, and some of them were pretty cool. You guys had this guy he was a programmer he was doing all sorts of cool apps for Google Plus. Remember Mohammed?
Oh, you missed the Muhammad show.
No, I didn't miss it. I listened to it.
I know, but
I
you
wasn't
weren't here.
Yeah.
Holy cow, Muhammad! He is okay.
I mean,
If you're into G Plus, Muhammad is the king of G Plus Hangouts. He was doing like 5 or 10 Hangouts a day.
the only problem with
He's
that
a
show is
god.
that the audio quality, man, that was not good quality audio on that show.
Yeah. I screwed up, man.
Yeah, you brought your other digital recorder. and
Yeah,
you
I didn't.
Oh,
No.
man,
I came to the show and I forgot my digital recorder. I went to London Drugs. I bought a brand new digital recorder, used it. It didn't have the right levels, and then I took it back the next day. That's how I did the
that's what
show. I mean, like, look at. I mean,
Well, I was in
like
the south of France drinking
So, yeah.
pastis and
being a lazy
croissants
bee.
and-
Yeah, well,
lying on the beach.
Yeah, I say, oh, there's no internet here, so I guess I'm just gonna flake out.
Yeah.
If he'd really tried hard, he'd have found awesome internet.
Hey, I'm looking forward to this year's zombie day in Vancouver because when James described that.
I was all into it, wasn't
Oh, yeah,
he?
that
It
was
was
all-
all warm and fuzzy.
So it's Zombie Day in Vancouver is when a bunch of zombies. You can show up as a zombie or you can show up as a zombie hunter. Anyways, go to episode 53 if you want to learn about how all that works.
You know what? I think I'm going to do this next week. Next zombie, I'm going to do a special report out there on the street and interview just zombies.
Oh.
So, what do you have to say for somebody? 10 minutes of that.
Another show I really liked was when we were at
Andrew, finish
right.
that drink.
Yeah.
So, just like last year, Andrew, he forgets. He gets talking. He forgets to drink too much. Thank God Bob's here to totally cirrhose his liver.
There was
Right. Now we're about Here's a
we're
here's
starting
a
to kill this
qualifier.
bottle.
1/3 of this bottle.
Yeah.
It's like a $60 show, dude.
Holy smokes. Hey, you know what? One of my favorite episodes again was when we were over at. Oh, and speaking of that, another good thing that happened this year was we got sponsored by Wix. Wix.com sponsored the show.
Oh yeah, the guy from Europe.
Thanks
Arik.
a lot, Wix,
Sorry,
for
Eric.
sponsoring the show. And thank you, Eric, and
what
Wix.com
a
for
guy.
sponsoring the show yet again for another 6 months.
Well, yeah, but okay. So, are we gonna finally let the cat out of the bag?
We'll let the cat out of the bag a little bit later. But hey, you know what? I really like the that podcasting 101 video or not video, but podcast we did over at the Creekside Community Center.
Yeah, where we he invited us to one of his meetups,
He does.
and we did
he
a
does
live
a
show
meetup
there.
on online optimization. He's
That was
gonna-
fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's
We
going
had
to be
some good questions, didn't we?
Oh, it was great. It was one of our best shows.
Well,
in
for
my
information, we didn't get to drink.
opinion. Yeah.
I was really pissed off.
For the listener audience who really wants to learn stuff, that was an awesome show.
Yeah, but there's lots of stuff out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the drinking that counts.
No.
You don't
to
think
me,
so? All right.
I think for people
You guys
who are
can mail in
listening-
if you disagree.
Yeah.
We prefer it when you guys are sober and give us lots of information, or we kind of enjoy the antics of the craziness.
There's one other thing that happened in Vancouver that happened in
The riots!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were in here doing a bunker show or two.
That was at the beginning of our second show. We got shut down big time.
We got shut down because the
halfway through.
Vancouver police showed up at the bar and said to the manager here at
Yeah, we've
the-
heard this
the
bunker
Ashley,
bar's exciting riots.
our sexy bartenderess
Oh, yeah.
came in and said, the police said, we should shut down because the Hudson Bay
He's being
is on fire and this is
It wasn't
happening,
on
that
fire. It was
happening,
the
and all
parking lot
this,
beside
blah,
it.
blah, blah. Anyways, it was crazy. During that show, I got a text message, picture message from Valerie at home, and she took a picture across the street of a dumpster on fire just right outside my apartment. And I walked home with Eric that day, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna go through the danger zone." And he looked at me and said, "That is cute." And I'm like, "What?"
It's
and
true.
he's like, "I am from Israel. This is nothing."
Yeah, there's no people with semi-automatic weapons,
He's like, "Oh." Anyways,
is
it was
nothing.
funny. It was funny.
It's true. And I went out and I walked
Oh,
down.
yeah.
I walked down the street, and we were just where the
He
crowds
happened
are
to
getting
have
hard.
his high-end video camera in his bag.
No, I didn't have my. It's my little. This is my Canon D10.
Oh, I thought you had your video camera.
No,
with
this
you.
is. It was all shot with this camera here, my D10, the one I shoot all the shots from all the shows. It also has a video capabilities, and I just
No,
went
but
into journal.
you also have a really nice video camera.
Oh, I have a
too.
top of the line one, but
I thought you had that in the bag.
no. I have this unit here.
I did not
So
know.
I did. Yeah, I stayed for 2 hours and did a bunch of stuff, and I stayed up till 2 a.m. editing it because I was so shocked. And I put it out, and I did this real somber piece about the aftermath. Not like a bunch of people rioting, but just like here is the destruction, illustrating these people have totally destroyed Vancouver's brand. And today, they basically started the court cases, and they figure 700 people are going to get busted
Yeah.
and have to pay. Now, out of those 700 people, how many people are actually going to pay? And it's a bill.
Hey, you
it's
know
a
what?
political thing still.
In my opinion, I think that
They should all get shot.
I think no, definitely not. But I mean, they definitely need to pay the price for what they did. There's consequences to your actions, and you know what?
Banned from
I
Vancouver
saw
for life. How about that?
George Moan, CEO of Blends. I saw him on TV saying that they're going.
He's
going
to sue them after.
He's going to sue them, and he's waiting to sue them. The ones that damaged the coffee shops downtown, the Blends coffee shops.
Oh, they're
He says once
screwed.
if they get a conviction, it's going to make it much easier for a civil case. So, all the business owners in Vancouver should take an example of this and say, you know what,
bankrupt a bunch of families.
go after these people because
They just bankrupt the families.
because there needs to be consequences if you're. And I was totally against the shaming of people's families and things like that because what happened after the riots was basically the mob mentality took over social media.
Yeah.
And people were like going after not only the people that were actually looting and rioting, but going after
their
their
families. That's messed up, too.
It was crazy, man.
Yeah. But you know what
Crazy.
happened? Okay. How about this is a scenario? Let's say I was a rioter, right? And I torched a police car, and there's like 50 shots of me doing that. And here I am in court, and I plead it, and I get busted and say, boom, you're going to do 6 months of community service and $10,000 to replace or $30,000 to replace the police car. That's my bill. And then I plea bargain down and say, okay, I'll give you $5,000 and I'll do 4 months of community service. Then George wades in and says, oh, I'm suing you for $5 million. Bankrupts me and my family. Is that ethical?
Well, they couldn't bankrupt your whole family, but they could bankrupt you. And it's
So is
ethical.
that
no,
ethical?
But he's not going to sue you for $5,000. He couldn't
No,
sue
he'll
you.
George.
He couldn't-
He'll go and he'll sue for $5 million.
He couldn't
or
sue
$10
for
million.
$5 million. It's not realistic. You can sue for the damages that was caused to the business.
Yeah,
That's
no,
it.
no, but that's the way it works in law. You sue for $5 million,
No.
and then you say, okay, we'll settle for
What,
$100,000.
psychological damages? No,
It's just
no.
Well,
You
it's
just sue for the damages.
loss of business, repair of the business.
Yeah, which is not going to be $5 million. It's going to be
What,
like
$1 million,
no, not even close.
300,000.
Not even close.
Oh, are you kidding? If you have a business right in downtown Vancouver that relies on people being there at the convenience of it. It's shut down for several weeks or a month,
no,
several
come on.
months.
You think Blends
those
was shut
people
down-
will find a
shut-
new
it
those
wasn't
people
even
find a new
it
place to
wasn't
hang
even
out.
It wasn't even shut down for a day.
Yeah, but that's not the way they're going to plead the case.
No, I disagree. I disagree.
Well, George goes, "Oh, it wasn't an inconvenience, really. We were only down for a couple of days, so we're going to sue
No,
for
no.
$250 bucks.
They're gonna sue them.
sue as much as they can, and then they're going to
They're
settle
going
out
to
of
sue
court
them
for
for the damages that were done. There's no $5 million.
So what do you think he's going to sue for?
I don't know.
$750,000.
I have no idea, but I just think that for the people who cause damage, they should pay for the deductible on the insurance or the actual damage that was done.
Well, let's face it. In BC, if you lose a case for $100,000, it'll bankrupt you.
yeah,
Really, in BC, there's no way you're going to make $100,000 the rest
doesn't
of your
matter.
life.
But
That's
if
how
you
little you make here.
but if you are causing damage and rioting and things like that, yeah, I think that's
Absolutely.
you should be accountable for that.
Well, what I listened to CBC today, and they had a high-placed person in the city council. He was saying basically, it's okay that coming on this anniversary and these people go to court and blah blah blah, but it doesn't matter what the police put in place and the millions and millions of dollars they're spending to police every single event for the next 5 years or 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, and all the millions and millions and millions of dollars they're going to spend on extra security and CCTV cameras and all this type of stuff, unless the courts totally screw the people that messed up and bankrupt them and make their lives miserable, so everybody is horrified that, oh my God, if I do that, I will be bankrupted and my family bankrupt and I'll be screwed for the rest of my life. Nothing's going to change. And this is political. That's what he said. Basically, it's like, unless the courts screw people.
Change your subject.
Okay, fine. I'm ranting. It's the fireball talking.
Another great maven. It's the recording maven.
Oh, now he's coming in for 2 shows. His it's kind of a tragic thing. I met him at the home recording meetup, which is subsequently has collapsed and is no
Nobody
more.
took it over,
Nobody
yeah.
took it over, so it's gone. But when I went there, he did several podcasts, high-end recording, very cool guy. But his podcasting partner, passed away, and he couldn't find a replacement. And it kind of shows that's how important. My Andrew, my partner here, we're not lovers, but we're audio guys, and he does all sorts of stuff. I do all sorts of stuff. We share the load, and if you have people that share the load, that's the only way you're going to survive for many shows.
Yes, agreed. And
So we should have him come on as a consultant next year.
So he's not doing the inside recording anymore? Or
Nope. It's I don't think he's thought about, but we could have him come in and do an inside recording like once a month or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
I think
special
it must have taken a lot of time because he was doing enhanced podcasts.
Oh, he was doing ridiculous stuff. Let's test these mics. I mean, talk about.
But enhanced podcasting involves, because he recorded an audio podcast, but you do an enhanced podcast with pictures and chapters and all that kind of stuff.
It's killer.
I'm not a big fan of enhanced podcasts because
nobody cares.
Well, it's confusing too because when people are in iTunes and they're looking at your podcast and they see, okay, you got the regular podcast, you got the enhanced podcast. Well, of course, I want the enhanced one, but you don't really know what that is. So you subscribe to the one that is enhanced because you think that's better.
Yeah.
But in reality, all it is really a podcast that has images, and it's like it's got images and chapters to it. So I don't like it. I prefer like the
I don't think that's what the issue was with him. I think what they would do is they would say, hey, we're an audio file.
Well,
now,
what they do is they do an audio show and they do an enhanced show. So I think if it's time and commitment is a factor, they should just cut out the enhanced show
just do the audio show.
and just do the audio show.
Yeah, but even the audio shows.
Well, having said that, I don't know the stats.
Yeah, but even
And I think actually, you know what? I think I did ask him what the percentage was, and I can't remember what he said. But I think now that I think about it, I think quite a few people were downloading the enhanced podcast, and that's why he stuck with it.
Because he was an audiophile. The whole thing is like he was testing out mics, and if you're going to test out a mic on a podcast, you can't just blah 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 blah. No. We have an individual mic here, and then you have to break it down and set another. Is it second test and the third test and fourth test? All these mics. It's a huge amount of editing. It's a huge amount of take. It would like doing an audio show. It's the equivalent of doing a video show.
Yeah,
way over. Probably even harder to be. It's like a scientific experiment.
So we had the recording.
Very
Maven.
tough.
We
Very
had the
tough.
recording Maven. What about?
He was awesome.
What about
Love that guy. Come on down, dude.
What
We
about
miss you.
Bonnie's sidekick?
I can never remember him. Marilyn Lynch.
Marilyn Anderson.
Sorry.
She's
Marilyn.
been coming recently, and she's. Does she have a Maven? Does she have Mavenhood?
She doesn't have Mavenhood yet, but I don't think she gets the concept. But she is awesome. She is quite an interesting story, right? She used to be she used to work in an organization for many.
The medical industry.
Worked for many years in a corporate environment, and she broke out of that, and now she's has a small business herself. It's like something to do with brains, and it's like Anderson
Left Brain.
Yeah, thank you. So that's
Left
her,
Brain Media.
her and Bonnie together partnered up, and they do their thing. But they also have other things on the side.
And she's
great.
She's no stranger to podcasting because she used to have a blog talk radio show.
Yep, she did the Blog Talk Radio show, which is a nice concept. You know, it's a. I know we didn't go that direction for many reasons, but if you want to whip something up,
why.
if you just whip something up and see if you would like to get into this gauntlet of trying to do a show every week,
less than AM quality.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's whether look, we got all these mics and this fancy recording equipment.
The reason why
look
it matters,
we had that 3-year-old kid come in here. He was like totally blown away. Look at all these fantastic toys. These are the coolest guys in the world.
Yeah.
So if you want to impress a young boy, this is what you want to do. But it takes a lot of effort. It's a lot of technology here. Holy crap. I mean, the amount of energy and money we've spent this year. Crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a lot of fun. But the thing is,
it's a lot of fun
the thing is with Blog Talk Radio is what I don't like about it is that you spend all this time doing a show, and really time and energy and investment doing a show. It takes to do a show like even like the Bunker Project.
Yeah,
we Bob and I both put a lot of time and effort into the show. And if we were doing a Blog Talk Radio show, we'd still be putting the same amount of time, same amount of
audio
effort,
would be crap.
but we'd have less than AM quality radio, half of AM quality radio. According to Dave Jackson at the School of Podcasting, it's half of AM quality radio.
But
hang on.
Let me.
Not
no,
only
no,
that.
but-
Hang
but-
on.
okay,
Not only that. If you're using the free version of Blog Talk Radio, they put an ad before and after your show, and you don't get any of that money, and it could be in any ad. And it's just really annoying. Like I listen to a Blog Talk Radio show that I really enjoy, and it just ticks me off that the ad I'm listening to, none of the money for that ad is going to the to the producer of that show.
Okay, and here's another qualifier: is it's only as good as your telephone connection.
Yes.
So if you want to do
it's
a
not even
Blog
that.
Talk Radio, just record a couple of crappy conversations over the phone, and that's the quality you get. See, we're doing this with like high-end or semi-high-end dynamic mics through a mixer into a digital recorder, and then uploading it to a, what we do is a little more high-end than that. A little bit more effort, but it's not that more expensive. Really.
I mean, it's not the best out there, but yeah, it's
but
pretty
I
good.
mean, it's pretty damn good.
pretty
What are you talking about, man?
Compared to Blog Talk Radio, it's awesome.
It blows it away.
And
It's not that difficult to do, though.
I mean, Dave Jackson, I haven't listened to his podcast for a long time, but I just started getting back into his shows over at the schoolofpodcasting.com. And he did a awesome comparison. He went on, registered with Blog Talk Radio, recorded a show on Blog Talk Radio, took a segment of that show, and then compared the exact same thing on his Heil PR40 with his RE320, I think he has, and it sounded like night and day,
day and night.
totally different. And
Yeah,
anyways,
but Andrew's a bit of an audiophile when it comes to mics, so don't worry too much about
to
it.
me, I think Blog Talk Radio is
Dead in water.
Is until they come, and they're talking about coming up with a new platform or a new to bring up the quality of CD radio. Of course, at a premium price. That might be worth it. I don't know. It depends. But to me, I think that the only benefit to going with a service like that is that you benefit from the community that's already there, and you might get listeners quicker. But in terms of podcasting, I think it's better to just get your own site, your own WordPress site, or whatever platform you choose, and to develop it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be really cheeky, use Blog Talk Radio to do a series of ads saying, "Hey, we're on Blog Talk Radio. It's great. Here's a little 5-minute thing. We're talking about our show. It's amazing. We do this and this and this. By the way, tune into this. You go to www or go to iTunes
you could always,
and just make it a 30 or 60-second ad.
You could always use it as a
done.
way to filter people over to another.
Yeah, so you're leveraging the content.
Yeah, that's an idea. Good idea, Bob.
Hey, thank you.
why
I'm the idea good. I'm the
That's
idea
why they
maven.
call you the idea maven.
Idea maven.
Now, let's just we're going to wrap up the show soon. We've
running
also got
along.
a couple more mavens we want to give credit to.
Yeah,
here.
absolutely. Well, anybody that came to the show, regardless if they have Mavenhood, I think gets an amazing thumbs up from us here because, we really, really appreciate it. And if you have never come to one of our shows live, you got to come because every single person to ever come here, even after 2 or 3 shows that they have time to come back, they've loved it and always connect with us. So yeah, please come down to the bar and enjoy us. So what's our Maven roster? I'm short 3 or 4 here.
We got Bob Garlick, the idea maven.
Yeah.
This guy
Andrew McGivern, the podcast Maven.
We got Alan Middleton, the research maven from Ohio
Hey, Alan.
University, Lancaster. Down there, he did a he did a university study on podcasting listenership.
Yeah, but also he's...
And we interviewed him on the Bunker Show, and he's our research maven.
Yeah, but he's also big into that social media stock trading company.
Ah, really?
What was that?
Empire Avenue.
Yeah, Empire Avenue. He was a big Empire. That's how we connect with him, I think.
Really?
Then we got Twisted Magic, the gaming maven. Hookah.
No, that's not how we connected with him. We connected with him because I sent him an email because he was...
All right, I'll give you credit.
Yeah. Come on,
we're
dude.
back. Hey, man. We're talking about the
Twisted
gaming
Magic,
maven.
the gaming maven,
Don't
Bonnie
put-
Sainsbury, Twitter maven, mobile or app maven, Tristan Scone.
The cocktail maven.
So those are the official mavens. We've
And we have
also
the hat maven.
got
We
the-
haven't put him there.
Yeah, we talked about the hat maven. Yeah,
I haven't put him on. He hadn't given me $5 though.
we've also
Hey,
got
if you want to be a maven,
No, but
give me
we-
$5. I'll make you a maven.
we've all official maven. Now, if you pay the $5, you get to choose your maven name. If you don't pay the $5,
And you get a cool PDF.
We get to choose the maven name. We've also got the what's his name? The guy with the golden voice.
Car maven.
The guy with the golden voice.
Oh, yeah.
Ken.
The voiceover maven.
Ken, the voice maven.
Ken, hey, how you doing, dude? Hey, we didn't have a G Plus hangout today, so that's why you weren't on the show.
Yeah, unfortunately we didn't. But hey, you're an awesome dude, and thanks for joining us week after week on the Bunker Show.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, very cool guy.
Who else we got? A maven. We got some other mavens here. Who do? I can't remember because this fireball is totally messing up my brain. Yeah. Okay, so now can we drop the bomb, or are we gonna just
Yeah.
wait
So
till
what we're
next year?
doing? We're going into overtime here, so we might as well drop the bomb. And if we missed any mavens, apologize.
Yeah, just sue us.
Yeah. Oh, the video.
We will
maven.
pay in
Remember the
Blackbeard.
video maven?
Oh yeah, big
He
time. Come
got
on
in a-
down. We'll buy you a beer.
He got in a big fight with the Twitter maven and the
Fisticuffs,
other
man.
maven fisticuffs
Awesome.
over an MLM scheme.
Oh, it was awesome. Awesome. Actually, Bonnie got
Oh, and
really
we got the
ruffled.
MLM maven, Anil.
Yeah, Anel, the MLM guy, and he's
Yeah.
proud to be MLM. He's not like a sneaky MLM. He's an in-your-face MLM, and he does have a great product.
Hey,
'Cause
you know
I'm
what I
using
like
it.
about Anil is that he's got a product that leads with the product.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't
not
lead
a scammy.
doesn't lead with the MLM side. It
Yeah.
says here's a great product, and blah blah blah. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it works.
I haven't tried it.
I 17 pounds this guy lost. He's one of my clients. I'm so pissed because I've only lost like 4 kilos.
Okay.
My wife is happy about that, by the way. Anyways, so irrelevant, but next.
Okay, so what we're doing now is we've talked with our sponsor Wix.com,
The
Eric,
European guy.
the European
Adi-
guy, Eric. And what we're going to do is we're going to move the Bunker Project podcast into a network, a Canadian content network.
Yeah,
Well-
we're launching a network.
Launching a network, which the Bunker Project will be part of.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's over at and by the time you hear this, it may not be up and running just yet,
Yeah, Google it.
but it'll be talkingbusiness.ca,
Yep.
and it's going to be all about business in Canada. And
Well, yeah, my book show is going to go there.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's going to be a
I'm gonna
book
put
show.
my book show on there. So that's it's like season 3 is just starting. So we're porting season 3 over to the network. Yep.
Yeah, so there's going to be the Business Book Talk show. There's going to be the Bunker show.
Yeah, and that's what's about. It's going to be more. It's not going to be live mic approach. It's going to be me and Andrew doing Skype conversations or one-on-one interviews or 2-on-1 interviews or 5-on-7. Basically, just more focused and less drinking. No drinking on that show.
It's going to be much more focused. And
Maybe a little bit of drinking.
Now, are we still doing the Uncensored Social
Oh,
Underground?
totally.
Yeah.
But
there we
okay,
go.
so this is the surprising. Uncensored said we got to use the S word, the F word, the T word, because we're going to basically brand it as an explicit show.
Yeah.
Not that we're going to be shaking around and doing some strange naked videos, but basically I just sick of censoring people when they're trying to express themselves when they've had several drinks.
Well, here's what happens. We're in a bar. And,
Yeah,
and
you gotta
this is
let
basi-
loose,
this
man.
is
Let
basi-
loose.
This is basically bar talk here at the Bunker Show, or at Uncensored Social Underground. So what we're doing is we're actually in a bar drinking beer, having a conversation, and when you're out with people drinking and having a conversation, sometimes
especially if it's Fireball whiskey.
they say words that are not
kosher.
not necessarily crude, but they're just not.
This is us having another shot. by
Yeah,
the way.
they're just not good for iTunes, and you have to mark the show as explicit. So that show will be marked as explicit.
Same old
And,
came crazy.
And the only difference is it's going to be the exact same thing. The only difference is that
It's a
I'm not
little
going
nuttier.
to spend the time
Editing the damn
to
thing.
edit out the S word or the whatever word.
And I'm going to let loose.
Well, no, I don't think anybody's going to let loose. It's gonna
I
be
will. Trust me. I will.
It's going to be the same old show.
Andrew's going to cringe big time.
Yeah.
I promise I'll be nice to our American friends, though. Hey, I started a company in Texas. We can talk about that next year when I've launched it.
All right, cool. We're going to talk about a lot of things next year. This year was a great year for the Bunker Show. We got a lot of new subscribers, and thank you very much.
We got through half
Hey.
a bottle of Fireball during the show. Ouch, 1 hour. I am big trouble tomorrow.
We're not talking about a small bottle either. We're talking about a huge bottle.
Well, it's a 750 milliliters, man.
Yeah, it's not one of
Which
those.
in the United States, that's a half a gallon.
Yeah. Well. Anyways, so yep, that's it. We're launching TalkingBusiness.ca, a podcast network in Canada. It's going to be the book show,
Oh, yeah.
the Bunker Show, a local marketing show.
Oh, you going to do a health show? Throw in a health show. Come on, Andrew. Throw in your health show.
Yeah, we might do a health show.
Be awesome.
The
Because,
business of health.
people that drink and party with and all this, we need a health show to help us, compensate for our crazy antics during the other shows.
We may be including a health business show, like for people who want to optimize their.
I'll phone in about hangovers. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's going to be some cool stuff happening. Check it out, talkingbusiness.ca.
Yeah, and I'm. What can I say? This Fireball is just like totally messing up my mind. It's awesome. So I want to check that out. Is it available in other parts of the world? Is this a Canadian product? Let me check.
I think
the back here.
Fireball is available everywhere, man.
Yeah. Oh my God! It's a Vallis Avec Clean whiskey and blah blah blah. So it's some sort of European thing. It is shipped out of product bottled in.
Hey,
Canada.
speaking of podcasts, you've really shrunk down your
New Orleans.
You've
New
really
Orleans is
shrunk down
from-
your list of podcasts that you're listening to.
Yeah, well, I don't have time, dude. I'm a CEO, and then I'm a company owner of 2 other companies. So I'm busy.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, well, I mean,
streamline.
I'm busy too, but I've been subscribing to a ton of new podcasts, and I don't quite get to listen to all the episodes.
Oh, hey, I'm starting a new podcast. Did I tell you that?
No, you do not.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Well, I listen to a lot of I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah,
I don't have a TV, but I watch a lot of TV shows.
yeah.
And I have a couple of buddies that are big into TV shows, so I'm going to probably do a Skype conversation with them about the best shows to download.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, some very, very cool stuff.
That'll be a cool
The show I've just started watching under recommendation is, which I highly, highly recommend because it looks totally weird. It's like a cross between Twin Peaks and X-Files.
Yeah.
All right? And it's called, what are those guys that travel around with the circuses? What were they called? Carnies. Yeah. Carnival. Anyway, something like that. But if you listen to the show, you'll get the facts and you'll be able to download. We'll probably put a link to be able to find that somewhere on the internet. And then you can make the decision where you're going to get it, either
Sweet.
iTunes
So
or
check out that once Bob will probably announce it on the
Yeah, that
future
won't be
show.
on that won't be in our new network because that's not business yet.
Yeah. Well, I got another show that might be coming out too with what's his name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
How about that for subtle, huh? It's always a mystery with
might do,
Andrew and Bob.
Might do it. Haven't decided yet, or I haven't decided yet because I'm basically doing the show. But it might be based on The Biggest Loser.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna let it go. But that would be an awesome show. You know what? Because I will be a participant, and my wife will love it. And I know 3 or 4 people that would love to do that show.
Yeah, the Biggest Loser kind of fan show with a challenge.
You know, and I think they should name the show "Make Your Wife Happy."
There you go.
You know, that's a big motivator
Anyways,
for guys like me. Little bit of a Billy. Yeah.
We're basically addicted to podcasting here, and you know that's why we're continuing to do shows, stuff like that. Anyways, thank you for listening to the Bunker Project show. There's lots of good things happening in the year to come.
So listen to season 2.5 coming up.
Yeah.
No, 1.5 coming up.
Yeah, listen to the
Is
show.
it 1.5 or 2.5? 1.5.
The show's going to change a little bit on this feed. It's going to be a little bit more focused.
Yeah, but we'll do it. We're going to do a lot of cross-show communication. So if you like one show, you'll be able to find another. That's what we do in the network. Because if you go to one place, which is what's our URL?
Talkingbusiness.ca.
Yeah, Talking Business. You go there and we'll have all the shows. But by the way, I found a great WordPress. Do we have one already?
No, but I mean we will talk about that.
Hey. Why don't we use Wix instead?
That's
The hell with those guys.
That's what we're doing.
All right, we're gonna tell you what, we're gonna call our European friend Arik from Wix and tell him
He's got this
come
genius developer that's going to come up with put us up on a great screen. The only downside to it
is that guy that was at
yeah, that's the guy, man.
Awesome.
Hey, let's close off the show, and I just want to say thank you for listening.
And before we close
To
up
the
the
Bunker show,
listen to the difference in the sound. See?
Yeah, it's definitely come down.
Half a bloody bottle left.
Yeah.
So hang on.
Thanks,
so if this bottle
Wix.com for sponsoring the Bunker Show.
Thank you, Arik.
Yeah. Anyways,
sorry, I'm looking at the back.
all I want to say is thanks for listening. It's been a great year.
3 of 7, 2,
Hope you join us for the next year to come. And you can subscribe to the show by going to uncensoredsocialunderground.com. Click on one of the links. We've got RS. You can subscribe by RSS. You can subscribe on iTunes, Zune, Miro, and other options on there.
Thank you for Fireball. 325 milliliters of extremely cinnamony whiskey. Brutal. Love it.
And hey, give us a shout at 1-877-636-1474. If you don't want to leave an actual voice message because you're not into that,
Just
send
grunt.
us an email at thebunkerprojectpodcast@gmail.com.
Hey, are we going to change that? Why don't we make a new email for the new?
Well, we might do that, but for now, it's the Bunker Project Podcast.
Yeah, and if not, we'll
gmail.com.
automatically port it over, so it doesn't really matter. Excellent. Bye, guys. Oh, are we going to do our tunes? Throw in those tunes because we can make it official. It'll be really cool. Do. Meow, 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 meow. All right.
All right, there's the tunes.
I feel like a surfer suddenly. Do the wave. Hey, you guys, have a great New Year. Remember, if you make, what are the things that you do with the New Year resolution?
New Year's resolution.
New Year's resolution. Listen to more of our podcasts. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Hey, call 1-877-636-1474. Leave us a message just like Santa Claus did last week.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Santa.
And thanks for listening. We'll see you again next week.
Andrew, you do a shot on the day. He's gonna fade or he's gonna fade up and do the shot. Awesome. Good old Fireball. Thank you. See you at the Den in a couple of weeks.
Hope you're having a great cruise, Game Maven.
Oh yeah, and all the other Mavens. Ciao, ciao, ciao. See you next year.
Adios, amigos.
Oh. Yay! Oh my God.